Hello, everyone. Happy July 4th weekend. Here we are in July. Amazing. 2020 is halfway over, or we could also say there's half of the year left in 2020. Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad to see you. I am Reverend Margaret Johnson, and I will be leading the service today. Our monthly service is typically the first Sunday. It's always the first Sunday of every month. And we usually hold it in person in Denver. However, that's not happening due to COVID. So we are on Zoom. Hopefully, most of you by now are familiar with Zoom. But if you're not, there are a couple options that are really helpful. You can scroll up on your Zoom box to the upper right-hand corner and change your view to gallery view or to different views there. So have fun with that. And also there's a chat box that I have opened, or I'm opening right now. I've got everybody muted to start our service. And then afterwards, we'll have some sharing time and community time. And you can also chat me on that chat box if you'd like. That chat icon is at the bottom of your screen, of that Zoom screen. All right, well, welcome to the Church of Infinite Spirit. It's a place we come to be inspired, be connected, and be transformed. So there's a lot of life happening in my house. I've done my best today to quiet my home, but if you hear things, that's life happening as we continue to have a lot of our family staying with us during the COVID time. It is the mission of our church to inspire spiritual freedom by supporting people in knowing themselves as spiritual beings and as a part of the consciousness that creates this universe. And we support the joyous transformation that comes from that knowing of self as spirit. We hope here at our church services to recapture the essence of church. It's a break from the noise of life, and it's a space to remember who we are as spiritual beings, to come together, to meditate, to be quiet, and explore the inner realm. Our church is a non-dogmatic church. It is non-traditional. There's no control here, no reward energy or punishment energy. You have the right to have your own truth, to discover that yourself. We are here to support that process. So please, please, please take what works for you today from what I'm offering here and let go of the rest. So today our topic is be free. But before we go there, let's ground and meditate together. So if you will, if you feel comfortable, please close your eyes. Let yourself settle in the chair or sofa or whatever place you're sitting in. Let your body settle there. What a great thing to be able to close our eyes. All that stimulation from what we can see. Get a break to turn that off and come inside. Take a big deep breath. We're going to do a 4-step process of meditation today. I'll lead you through it. And your greatest ally in this meditation is your imagination. It's to come to it in a place of kindergarten, of imagination and lightness, playfulness even. So I want you to just say hello to the base of your spine, your tailbone, that place if we as humans had tails that one would grow. This is your first chakra. And using your imagination, I want you to create a beam of colored light, anything but black or white. Some kind of beam or a tree root, a plant stem, and let that beam of colored light or whatever you have chosen begin to grow. Grow out of that first chakra, through the chair, through the floor. With ease, it tunnels into the earth itself. It travels layer by layer with ease to the very center of the earth. If you used a beam of colored light, this is your conduit. This is your grounding cord. Or if you use that plant stem, tree trunk, it's the same. It's a connection between your first chakra and the center of the earth. And it does a couple of amazing things. First of all, when we ground, we can be more fully centered in the body. We can come in more fully. We're pretty amazing beings. We can scatter our thought, our attention. So when we ground, we come more fully into ourselves. Grounding also aligns the chakra system. It's helpful for our energy. And finally, and maybe most importantly, when we ground, we have a way to let go, a way to release, to let go of thoughts, beliefs, experiences that we're holding on to, that perhaps is circulating over and over again, that aren't helpful. Things like anxiety, worry, anger, fear. So this grounding cord, the minute you create it, it begins to release energies that aren't in alignment with you, or are no longer in present time, or belong to someone else. Just notice your body as you sit with that grounding cord, letting it take whatever isn't for you, aligned with you in present time. Next, go ahead and bring your attention into the very center of your head, behind your eyes, between your ears. By putting our attention there, we activate the sixth chakra. The sixth chakra is a place where we can view, we can see ourselves and our world with a more neutral stance, even perhaps a perspective of validation. We can see a bigger picture. We could say we could see the spiritual picture. What's really going on? There's a lot more going on than just what it seems physically. So put your attention here in the center of your head. Thoughts can come in, that's fine. They can leave as easily as they flowed in. And settle into this place in your energy system that supports you exploring yourself, your light, your truth. Next, notice the bubble of energy around your body. You can do that while still being in the center of your head. That bubble of energy, that aura, is about an arm's length out in all directions, so it's egg-shaped. And I want you to imagine painting the outside of your aura a color. If you use that beam of colored light, maybe a different color, but a color that you like. Mine's a purple today that looks like organic lavender, one of my favorite colors. lavender the plant. And paint yours a color that you like. When we do this, when we paint the outside of our aura bubble, we delineate what belongs to us and what belongs to the rest of the world. And it is so easy for the rest of the world to kind of creep into our awareness, creep into our thoughts. There's a lot going on, obviously, in the outer world. It's really helpful to delineate what belongs to me, what belongs to the rest of the world. Because within this aura, you can change, you can release, you can manage this space. This is yours to own. And as much as we might want to control or manage what doesn't belong to us, what's outside of us, we cannot. So just notice you're in the center of your head, grounded. Have that aura bubble up around your body, and it's painted a color that you like. And maybe there's some things you'd just like to let go of. Maybe a personal challenge, maybe worry about the future, uncertainty, doubt, maybe frustration and anger, all of which are very understandable. However, what do we want to hold on to? We can release whatever it is that we're carrying, that we feel so heavy, that we feel perhaps overly responsible for. We can just let that go down the grounding cord. Great. So with all this releasing that we're doing with that amazing grounding cord, let's fill in. Let's bring some fresh energy into our inner world. Go ahead and imagine a big gold sun above your head. Make it really, really big, maybe twice as big as you originally imagined it. And go ahead and label that gold sun with the word joy, J-O-Y. Let's bring in some joy. When you notice that gold sun getting huge and heavy, it's filling up with a particular vibration of joy because you wrote that word on the outside of it. When it's about to burst, pop it right above your head and fill in. Just sit under that shower of energy coming into your body, into your head, your neck, your shoulders. Let it flow into your torso, down your arms, into your hands. It's filling up your chakras, those energy centers, as well as the physical body. Notice it flowing into the legs, all the way to the feet and toes. And there's so much that it spills over into your aura, filling up that bubble of energy. Notice what it's like to bring the vibration of joy into your inner world. Great. For a moment before you open your eyes, just notice if your experience of yourself has shifted from how it was when you started this call or this Zoom call until this moment. Taking a few minutes to meditate, to ground, find the center of our head, it can shift our experience of ourselves so tremendously. All right, Great job, everybody. When you are ready, you can just gently open your eyes, maybe do a stretch your body. Maybe another big deep breath. That's always fun. Wow, so it's, today's topic, be free, as I mentioned earlier. It seems to be a particularly unusual 4th of July weekend this year. There hasn't been that typical travel, fireworks, large gatherings, and perhaps the absence of those traditional activities can offer us the chance to contemplate a deeper understanding of what freedom means for us as a country, as well as individuals. COVID has certainly turned our lives upside down, pretty much like an instantaneous pancake flip. Completely unexpected, it has thrown us all at times into the frying pan of fear, anger, uncertainty, and so much more. As our lives have turned over, the underside of our collective reality has come wonderfully into full view. We've had the chance to become more aware of former unseen or ignored aspects of life, including the Black Lives Matter movement. Who knows what else will bubble up to the surface to be examined, voiced, and present the opportunity for healing and change. When life is disrupted and unsettled, we have the choice to look deeper within ourselves and question our beliefs and values. We can choose to put our heads in the sand and hope it all goes away, or we can face it head on. Looking at it may be challenging and tiring at times. However, if we're willing to engage with it, we can release old ways of living and usher in a greater experience of internal freedom. What is that exactly? Internal freedom. How do we find it? What does it mean to find spiritual freedom? Most of us are held in a form or forms of bondage that prevent us from accessing the true light that we are as spiritual beings. We circulate stories about ourselves that are based in limitation and pain. Recently, I was working with a client who was heartbroken over a really tough breakup. She was convinced she was supposed to be with this man, that they truly loved one another, and that at some point he would understand this and would come back to her. She believed that he was the only one for her. She thought she could never be happy until they were reunited. The breakup had happened over a year ago. When I looked, I saw her heart chakra was surrounded by heavy chains. These chains were symbols of the burden she had carried for herself in this experience. Yes, the breakup had been painful. However, my client had created her own suffering from the beliefs that she had held onto and reinforced. More pain and suffering was created every time she told herself the story about how they should be together and how he would eventually come around. My client had created her own prison and was holding on to those chains. She had given away her freedom to her story and to her pain. Spiritual freedom comes when we understand that we can free ourselves by releasing our own patterns of limitation and choosing to create something new. How often do we put ourselves into our own prison cell, not realizing that we hold the key to open the door? We are all a composite of different energies, thoughts, beliefs, behaviors. These energies come from lots of different places: childhood, parents, school, relationships, experiences, and even past lives. To me, spiritual freedom is the capacity that we all have to release whatever energies don't serve us and change the composite of energy within. In so doing, we change our outer experience. It sounds so simple, and in many ways it is. However, there is an important point to keep in mind along the journey. We create our own experience. It's so easy to say, isn't it? I create my own reality. And at times, it's not an easy concept to digest. Countless times in my years of classes at ICI, I had the realization that the source of my pain was me. It was a thought or idea or belief or experience that I was holding on to. I recognized I could no longer blame my mom, my dad, my high school boyfriend, my ex, and oh, how much I wanted to blame them at times. Unhappiness, painful experiences, anxiety, worry were all things that I had created within myself. Not on purpose, of course. I had foreign patterns of belief that I had collected from my parents, from other people, from situations. And I had formed big stories about myself, big ideas about myself that I told myself over and over again that were really crushing. I came to understand that if I truly wanted to change something about my life, I first needed to own that I had crafted it. Then I could choose to let it go. This concept that we create our own reality can be difficult to completely embrace at times. However, once we do, we free ourselves to truly, truly change. We live in a world that is generally all about blame. The blame game rules the day, especially in today's climate, when it's so compelling to blame issues that are happening on the other side or that group. If it weren't for them, everything'd be fine. Whenever we blame, we give our power to another person, group, or entity. We fuel our anger and resentment instead of processing it and moving forward. We get stuck in resistance and focus on what we don't like versus focusing on where we want to go and what we want to create. We feel alone and separated from spirit. Think about areas of your life where you feel stuck. Are you playing the blame game? Where are you holding yourself prisoner with the statement, if it wasn't for blank, I could be free. I could create. Is it around money, relationships, work, health? Do you have chains of belief that are giving you the idea that something outside of yourself holds the key to your freedom? Let's all reclaim our spiritual freedom. How can we do it? We can stop, drop, and be. First step is stop. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. We are all so obsessed with action, distraction. It just seems like we wake up and we're just on that hamster wheel, taking the time to stop, to be quiet, to meditate, to do some inventory of our inner world is so, so important. How can we effect change within ourselves if we're not aware of these limiting beliefs? We're not aware of where we are giving the keys of our freedom away. We're not aware, perhaps, that we're blaming our lack of ability, perceived ability, to create on something else or someone else outside of ourselves. Being interested, curious, and amused, slightly at least, can be very, very helpful here in this first step, the first step of stopping. Stopping. Noticing. When we do that, the second step, drop. We can release. We can let go of any belief, any experience, the energy of anything we have been through, any story that we've created about ourselves. We can let it go. And that's not about denying that it happened. It's just about saying, yep, wow, that happened to me. I'm going to let go of the energies that experience involved. I'm going to perhaps be interested in the lessons and the opportunities that whatever experiences I've created are offering. But I'm going to let go and be in present time. We let go with that grounding cord. We can also let go with other tools that we learn in meditation here. Meditation, at least the way we look at it, is really an opportunity to go inside and take that inventory and decide, what do you want within you? How do you want to experience your experience of you? And letting go of what interferes with that and bringing in what you want to experience. So that second step, drop. We can let go of anything. And the third is be. So we stop, drop, and be. Be. When we let ourselves go inward, when we let ourselves release all of the static, we can then more fully understand who we are and access who we are as spiritual beings. Infinite spiritual beings. In that sense of ourselves, that spiritual sense of ourselves, there are no chains. There is only freedom. But we've come as spirits into the body, into this physical realm, to grow, to learn, to transform. And the Earth School is a really powerful lab because we forget that we are powerful beings of light. So stop, drop, and be. For me, I'm working on releasing the ideas that my responsibilities are effortful, exhausting, and unrewarding. This is the latest version of my prison walls. And I'm actively stopping, meditating, actively releasing those limiting beliefs. I intend and see myself in ease and purpose with my various roles. I'm practicing being in the vibration of freedom at home and at work. I know that I have created my experiences to help me understand where I have chains, where I can heal and release. I know that I can change my inner experience. And as I do, I am free to experience a different reality on the outside. So this holiday weekend is all about freedom. We live in a country founded on the principles of freedom. We are free to know ourselves as spiritual beings. We are free to release, change, and create in this lifetime. And we are always free to choose freedom. So let's do just that in a meditation. So go ahead and close your eyes. Maybe take another big deep breath for your body. Come back into that center of head space. Notice you're grounded. And you have that aura painted around you. Stop. Notice, where do you have a self-inflicted prison? Where are you stuck? Again, is that around work? Oh, I can't really get ahead because XYZ. Or is it relationship? I can't find anyone. There's just nobody out there. Around money. I can never have what I want. Just do the inventory. Pick one. We like to come here doing this inventory in the center of our head. Really great idea. And we bring some curiosity. We bring a little amusement. Wonder what I got going on in my energy world, in that inner landscape. So pick one. And you can either intend that those limiting beliefs, wherever they came from, whomever they came from, they go down that grounding cord. Or if you'd like, you can create a big circle in front of your body, or maybe a big trash bin, a golden trash bin, and just let the energy go into that sphere, whatever you've created to release those energies. Just sit in the center of your head, either sending them down the grounding cord, putting them in a bubble. If you did use that bubble or trash bin, you could just move it, let it float with ease outside of your aura bubble, up, way up, up high in the sky, and explode it, pop it, let it go. You can do this many times. Sometimes I just sit, create a bubble to collect up whatever limitation I have. Maybe I'll do 5 of them in a row. Maybe I'll do 5 of them all at one time. The point being, you can come back here and release. Let go. So we did that drop. We did stop. We turned inward and we dropped. If by chance there's any auxiliary energy saying, yeah, that sounds good, but, you could put those but statements down the grounding cord or create another bubble or trash bin to clear those. Sit in the center of your head. Where is your freedom? It is always here, within. You have the ability to change what you are vibrating in your inner world. This is your space. You have the capacity to stop, drop, and be. To notice and let go of your prison chains, and in so doing, connect with the essence of you as spirit. You are larger than you know. Just pretend that that is so. Just for a moment, say hello to your largeness, your vastness. Say hello to your freedom. So let's finish this meditation by bringing in a big gold sun of course, you guessed it, freedom. So create a big, huge gold sun above your head. Label it with the word freedom. And when it's huge and heavy, so big above your head, it's about to pop. Pop it and sit under that shower, that vibration coming into your body, into your chakras, filling yourself in. The essence, the clearness of freedom. Let it pour into your head, your torso, your arms, filling in all your chakras, all the organs of your physical body. Let it flow down your legs, feet, into your toes, and let it overflow into your aura. Notice what it's like to bring that vibration of freedom into your world. Good job. Great. You can choose freedom. You are free. Great. So go ahead, and when you're ready, you can stretch. Open your eyes. So I have been really missing the in-person Denver services. So I thought I'd bring back a segment that I really loved, which is our little jokes. When we're passing around the offertory basket, we like to say a few jokes, which is always great. Amusement does help us when we're on that spiritual path. So I got some July jokes. So Johnny says, does Europe have a 4th of July? Josh says, no. Johnny says, yes, it does. It comes right after the 3rd of July. Teacher, Tommy, can you tell us where the Declaration of Independence was signed? Tommy, yes, ma'am, at the bottom. Justin, why does the Statue of Liberty stand in New York Harbor? Gerald, why? Justin, because she can't sit down. And the last one, teacher, Johnny, what are the last words of the Star-Spangled Banner? Johnny, play ball. Awesome. Hopefully those brought you a little amusement. I will close the formal part of our service here by thanking each of you for spending time with me, whether live or by recording. Your time, your attention are such incredibly precious, precious resources. So I thank you for tuning in. Please visit our website. We've got lots going on, interconnection, all one word, .org. You can see access to our free meditation for living classes. Plus we have a lot of guided meditations that are also free on our Thinkific platform, our virtual classroom, if you will. Also, there is a place on our sanctuary page to donate. We so appreciate your resource and donations as it feels good to you. So know that you can contribute that way. In my world, as we give, we receive. So giving in whatever ways you do are so important in accessing receiving as well. So thank you in advance for donations there. Finally, our mid-month online Zoom service will be July 17th at noon. So please look for the Zoom link either on our website or on our newsletter. So I will just end by saying to you, know that you're free. You're always free. All of this amazing physical realm that we have created is really something. And it is super easy. And we all do feel as if we're not free at times, that we have chains, that we are stuck. But just know you can stop, drop, and be to access, reclaim your freedom as a spiritual being. Awesome. Well, I'm going to say goodbye for now, but we're going to stay, those of us who want to stay and have a little chat for community, please do.